And welcome back to another video.
Yes, another Sam McKinnon
Sam
appearance.
McKinnon on camera once again.
Yeah.
Facing you.
This actually comes dear to my heart because he specifically requested this matchup.
Oh, did he?
He actually messaged me saying, "Are you going to be there next week?" I demand. But he's too polite to demand.
You've been summoned.
So he asked. But yeah, he really wanted to play his Savior versus the Witch. This is a new Savior for him. I think he was usually doing Earth Fire, and now he's trying Air Fire. Okay. And he specifically wanted to try against the Witch, and I was happy to oblige. Of course, anytime I can play with Sam, it's fantastic, and I need to test versus Savior anyways, Witch does not want to deal with Savior shenanigans, so I was very happy. This was at our local meetup that happened 2 Saturdays ago, so like 4 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, 3-4 weeks ago.
And oh, look at that. Did you see? He slid me a very amazing token that I can't stop thanking him for. All right, let's take a look at his list first.
Fire Air Savior, interesting.
Yeah.
How is this how is this performed for him? I mean, with the war tokens, I would imagine it's done pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, the most important part about the Savior decks he's been building is actually the fire parts, right? Because you can ward these lethal guys, you can ward the charge minions and then reward them after they attack. You know, if you've got the 2 mana, it's not like warding is not limited to once per turn. It's limited to how much mana you can afford to spend
summon
on
that turn.
Currently summoned minions. So you can play a horse, ward it, attack for 2, and then ward it again. It's really, really, really strong. But the air introduces nice things like the vampires, which helps him against other aggro decks, right? Which is probably also part of why he wanted to test versus Witch, just in case he can find a vampire. It opens the door to these Sirs, which are terrifying.
They are.
Lamorak is a monster of a card. I wish this was just a fire card so I can play it in my Witch deck. But anyways, Balin. I like to see Balin when there's grapple shots or blinks involved, which here there aren't, or even Blaze, which again he's not playing Blaze. I would maybe cut like a gift or 2 maybe for Blaze. But anyways, just to say, so it's still good though. It's still a scary card. Lance is obviously relevant. I mean, Air also gives you this, which is one of the craziest. Yeah,
I mean, we're seeing Whirling Blades in a lot of decks these days, I find.
Yep. That card has had a massive revival, and it's probably the best
Deathlord finisher.
Unique. That's not a unique.
Yeah,
like this card is a unique. This card is the unique power level. It's really, really strong.
Not liking uniques, he's got peasant revolts.
This is his reason for existing, I think, in Sorcery. He loves this card, and
indeed,
you know, all the power. I saw him do some nasty things to people just standing over their shoulders watching the game. This card has been wonderful for him. I think he even said he won a game at SorceryCon because of this card. So fantastic. But also, Air gives these utility sites. I mean, he's not playing the Withering Heights, which I would 100% do. Especially because of all the charge, but at the very least it gives you the Field of Fixus, which we've talked about in the past.
It gives you like towers as well, so
towers helps. I think I would have liked to see the deck go a little bit higher in the curve, maybe like 1 or 2 more cards that cost 6 or 7 even, like an Infernal, well not Infernal Legion because it's evil. It's just the final with Savior is that it naturally creates these really long games that you will eventually just get to 6, 7, 8 sites, I think. So you can afford to play a few more bigger things if you want. Warp Spasm is wonderful. Vanishment,
of course, he's playing with his own cards.
I think he owes the artist a debt, so no problem. You can absolutely. And,
I mean, obviously,
it's good too. So
for sure. I mean, obviously, he's got Blaze of Glory,
and Blaze of Glory is an awesome card. And just to say quickly before we switch over, I am so pleased that he is playing Hillick Basilisk, and this card will make an appearance in the game. So we will talk about it later more. But definitely, you've already probably heard me rambling about it with previous versions of my Witch deck, and I still do play it in my collection. So speaking of the Witch, here she is again.
Almost, it's almost mono fire. I mean, you got a little bit of the Earth, Land Surveyor, Earthquake. So obviously really good stuff.
Yeah, so I remain, despite how few Earth cards, an immediate question might be, is it really worth risking your threshold for these few cards? Why not just that go, just cut the 3 cards and go full fire. It'll also open up some utility. Like I've been thinking about because of that video I mentioned last week, the CJ and Golden Eagle video, they were mentioning Imperial Road. The Kyles of the world are high on that card right now because Pathfinder is so popular.
Yeah.
And Imperial Road is pretty huge versus them. But I was even thinking for the Witch too, it's like Imperial Road.
That's not a bad idea.
It gets me 2 sites in one turn, and then I can stop playing sites, and I can start draining right away. So it's actually very conducive to her game plan. It's more just with the no threshold provision, I'd probably have to cut the sinkholes to justify it.
Yeah.
So, it's a really tough choice. But if I was mono fire, let's say, I would 100% be playing both sinkhole and Imperial Road, and I think that would be
definitely
super good.
Sure.
But anyways, all that to say, why not just stick to mono fire? The reason is mostly Earthquake. Land Surveyor goes a very long way. We've mentioned in the past, if you've read the primer, I can't praise these cards enough. This Land Kettletop, or even the Frontier Settlers, pick your poison. If you fix your threshold a bit more, Frontier Settlers is always the best of the 3 for this particular deck because it puts the site directly into play. Yeah. But these cards help you a lot with sticking to your I want to drain as fast as possible plan, and Earthquake just provides you a fix that aggro decks need. Yeah. It's conducive to ending the game. You can bring their avatar closer to you for your projectiles, your pinging, your attacks. So it also is offensive card. But if you are behind or if you don't go fast enough and you fall back, Earthquake will just reset the game and put you in a position where you can actually win a game that you were going to lose. And the other versions of the Witch just don't have access to that,
Yeah, I mean, you've won games with this card against me many times. Yeah. Do you have any Earth cards in your collection, or is
yes. Just before I do that fast, I want to just say it's just funny because Earthquake is probably one of the best cards you can have versus Savior, and Savior is one of the most annoying and scary avatars for the Witch specifically. So this card is just crushing for Savior. But yeah, in the collection I have Dispel, I have Exhume. I really like this. This brings opposing spiders up. Yeah. Because they cause a lot of problems. So I can bring those spiders up. It'll undisable my minions. And I also get 2 tokens, which does damage. So it's fantastic.
Great stuff.
And then Barry is the other.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I mean, we'll go into the game fast. But I just want to say quickly that I reduced Toolbox to 1, and I'm relying more on Silver Bullet to end the game. Because of Barghest being a good card to help with the Silver Bullet. Also, I just wanted to have more minions, so I cut 1 non-minion card. But okay, let's
jump into the game.
Yeah, I've talked a lot about this deck in the past, so there's lots of resources if you want to know more, hear more.
Yeah, I spoke to Sam in our last meetup.
Okay.
And because I think he said he was going to be busy for a couple of months doing some artist stuff, and he's like, I asked him, "Are you enjoying this deck?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I love it." He loves the
Savior. Nice.
Yeah. He's absolutely in love with this deck, so
it's good.
He's enjoying it for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I think it's his second or third time on our channel playing, and maybe each time it's been Savior.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So he's able to dedicate himself, which is really good. So this is really funny because he just before this game, and you saw it briefly, he passed me so kind this. One of those metal tokens there.
Yeah.
This one has Pompetti's Art of Dalcian Phalanx, but it's a foot soldier token.
Yeah.
Right? So I actually got to use it on the first turn of the game that he so kindly gave it to me. So thank you again. It's mega appreciated.
Okay. Well, this is good against Earthquake.
This is very good against Earthquake, but at the same time, I'm happy that I was able to get a village on turn 1 because if I got to worry about breaking wards all game, why not use my free, quote unquote free 1-power minions? So yeah, it's a spooky. I'm wearing the same hoodie now as in the video. But so spooky Pit Vipers, right? Not only does it kill anything I charge with, but it also has lethal to do it twice. So that could be a scary card.
So
I love those. I just want to say, I love those Janis Joplin sleeves. They came out so crisp from the printer. I'm such a big fan of them. Really happy. All the props goes to Lizette on that. It was a gift, I think, for Christmas or something. Was it? Yeah, it was a birthday or Christmas gift or something.
Okay. Trying to see.
So I think I probably have the Forge in my hand, the one that silences sights.
Oh.
So I wanted to see if I'm going to lose, because I'm going to silence the sight. I think I actually don't think I lose a life. I think it silencing it. No, that's not true, because an Atlantean Fate would also not I'm going to stick with the fact that, yes, I lose a life. Even though I'm silencing it, it's becoming modified. So I think it's kind of like
I think
like
because
Lady
it
Izo.
comes into play, you're modifying it. Then afterwards,
now it's because it's like kind of like Lady Izo, right? Where if she dies from a poison nova with other minions, she still brings those other minions back to your hand.
Exactly, yeah. So I think that was correct.
Yeah. So I just want to say there's a high likelihood that the card in my hand, the other site in my hand, is actually a desert, and deserts are way too important in the savior matchup to not to break wards,
Yeah,
so it's much more important to just take that 1 damage. It's also generally incorrect against fire to move your soldier token up. That card is so good at being the extra point of damage to help kill 3 power minions that infiltrate your space. Or in this situation, I could have popped his ward, But again, it's probably likely that I moved it up because I knew I had the desert to do that anyways. All right, so I took the gamble that I can get 1 more damage at the cost of not being able to break a ward. But anywho,
so he's got a pretty good hand. I mean, I see the Saracen Raiders. Yeah,
he has another Warhorse. So I mean, we're in pressure mode here, and he went first, right? So that's also really scary for me.
It's a shame not being. Oh, okay.
It's interesting
doing
because
the 2 damage.
Look, it's interesting because if I didn't move that soldier token up, there's a chance that I could have just used it to pop the ward and then play the skeleton on 18. And then I could drain for 2 this turn. Because next turn I can play my sight to break a ward and then attack with a 3 cost, perhaps.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting consideration. These are all this is why the thing with the Witch I find is every little decision has massive consequences later on in the game. And if you're not always making the right decision, could often be your fault that you lost as opposed to what your opponent drew or what your opponent has. So this is terrifying and really annoying because he's getting in.
He's getting value for sure.
Such value,
And then he's putting another word.
Rewarding, yeah.
Rewarding, yeah. It sounds kind of. Yeah. When you say it like that, yeah.
From my perspective, though, I'm happy to see he only has 2 cards in his hand. A and B that as much as he did that, he spent 4 mana to put a 2 power minion into play. So it makes me not feel helpless or hopeless, it makes me feel at least it's just a 2 power, yes, it's ward, yes, value, blah blah blah, but at least it's not a 3 or even 4 power, god forbid.
Well, I mean, your deck, your curve is pretty low, so you're not casting much more than 4 cast. I mean, you have what, Asmodeus, I think,
I'm not playing Asmodeus. No. My 5 costs are
Courtesan, yeah, okay. I think it's Sam that's playing.
I just have Earthquake and Courtesan Thighs. Those are my only cards that cost more than 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got the Colicky here. I think he might have forgotten to move his Pit Viper last turn, but even if he did move it, he probably would have put it underneath me as opposed to where his Warhorse is. So this Colicky is relatively safe. It pings and it can block. And if he tries to put a Saracen with a ward to attack the Colicky, my soldier can block the Saracen, right? Which now you're gonna see here what the first soldier could have done for me is just act as such an important blocker, an important damage dealer, an important anything. These guys are so important.
Okay, so he's playing the Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders with the ward, and he's going for the attack, but I can block, luckily.
So I think he's going to make the exchange, probably.
There's no exchange to make because my soldier blocked the Saracen. So if he tries to... even attacking... Now, I could have chosen to block with the Colicky, and maybe I should have. So
I think the correct move he should have attacked your token first with the Raider.
No, because then I can block with the Colicky.
Colicky, so it doesn't,
Interesting. So I opted to not block the Warhorse. I feel like I should have. That would have just given me a free... So I must have something. Maybe I have Blaze.
That's just rude.
But Blaze wouldn't even kill the Saracen, though. I wonder why I didn't block. There's got to be a reason, right? Because it's just a free block.
Okay. Looks like you drew a sight.
Unless my hand was underwhelming and I needed to use... Yeah, no. See, if I'm just going to go backwards and attack it, what the heck? That was so weird.
Oh, okay. So you use the imp and then
but that's so bizarre. I could have still done that anyway. Unless that honest to God looks to me like I had something in mind when I didn't block, and then I went with a different plan on my actual turn. You draw a card and things change or whatever.
Yeah, things change obviously.
Because I could have been back on 12 now with the colicky. That being said, too, staying on, if I can justify it, staying on 17 means I'm far away from being attacked by like a red cap with. Oh god, okay, so the Hillick Basilisk is such a good card. It disables everything where it is and one step ahead if they're at rest, so not in motion and not entering the realm. Which means now that imp can't do anything. If I play anything on 13, it can't attack, so the Basilisk is well protected. And if he wants to attack into me, he will move into 13. I can't block with the imp, and if I have anything on 10 will become disabled once the Basilisk enters into 13, so it's just literally a free 3 damage. You can disable up to 2 sites and get 3 free damage and maintain disabling. It's such a strong card. And on top of it, give it ward.
I like this card.
Yeah, no, this card is crazy. I used to play one in the main, but because of Silver Bullet and Toolbox, I actually shifted my toolbox cards into the collection. So I still play it, but it's in the collection.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm really happy to be able to go and get it when I need it, Instead of having it in the deck and I might be able to draw it when I need it, now it's like I can go get it when I need it. It was really nice. But again, like these freaking wards and now this thing, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I remember when I was playing with him, it forced me to play such a bizarre game. Right? Like this is just not... I think I'm going to start doing things with my sites that are just not what I would write in the primer about, or not what I would normally do in a game.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole point, is that sometimes you have to adapt to or if you're just like trying different things, I think it's good too,
See, it's funny.
Like, hey, I did this, I always used to do this, now I'm going to try this. This is actually better, so it allows you to okay.
So I think I moved the colicky up because I want to tease... I want the Basilisk to move out of the way, like disable my colicky, but at least you're out of the way. I couldn't even have moved the colicky onto my witch's site to ping the ward off because it would have hit my imp, which I can't move because it's disabled.
Yeah. So
it's the dirt. Yeah, it's important to note with the Basilisk that if I had, for example, a Saracen Raider, I could play it on 7 and attack the Basilisk, and I wouldn't be disabled despite being on the same site as the Basilisk because attacking is in motion, right?
Yeah, it's not at rest, so...
Okay, on top of all the stuff he's been doing to me, he even has the Grandmaster.
Let the man be. He's allowed to draw his cards. Come on.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a good Grandmaster?
Okay, so here he goes. This might have been a little bit of bait for him because I believe my plan is to play another desert on 11 here. So I needed to get the Basilisk into, out of the way first of all, and secondarily now I can play a site on 11 to ping.
Okay, so he's opting to put the Pit Vipers.
He moved it up.
Interesting.
I don't know if he attacked. Maybe I guess he figured not because I can block. But if I double block that thing, I lose.
Yeah, you lose both minions. Yeah.
So it's worth it to attack. I don't know if he decided not to. I'm doing a lot of Italianoisms there with my hand.
The hand gestures. Let me tell you a thing or two, kid. And okay, so it seems like your bait tactic kind of worked. He moved his Basilisk. Yeah. So it's at square 7. Yeah. So now your Colleagues can't shoot the projectile.
The Colleagues cannot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So now you're just like, okay,
so, desert. Yeah, so there it is. Okay. So I wanted.
You probably have some kind of removal, I'm guessing.
Well, okay. Again, my plan. Okay. So first of all, I wanted to say fast with the Grandmaster Wizard. As rough as it is that he drew 3 cards, I've got 3 minions on board, even if one's disabled. He also put a 0 power minion in play in a game of aggro. Back and forths, right? So like, yes, he drew 3 cards, but this is actually quite a good for me, especially now that I got the Warp Spasm.
Yeah, so it on tops because it killed a minion.
Yeah, so that should be 8 damage, right?
3 + 1 and double 4, yeah, 8.
But I think we took it as 7 for some reason. I think we doubled it and then gave it +1 to go to 7. And then I attack for 2, and then I drain for 2. Wow. So what was that? 2, 4, 8, 16. But he's at 9. He must have taken another damage. What was he at? He was at 18, I think, and he took 9. No, he was at 18, and now he's at... So he took 9 damage? Did you do bad math? Unless I didn't see properly.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the dice. I don't know.
Well, anyways, whatever. The point is, he took a lot of damage that turn, right? The warp spasm is nuts. And I want to say, as I've mentioned in the past, I've upped the count to 3 ignited in the deck. That extra 3 damage is extremely helpful off the top. It's really, really good. My opponents are often at 5 life, and that off the top 3 damage plus the drain is exactly 5.
Yeah.
So I went to 3. But not only that, it pairs so nice with Trinket. It pairs amazing with Warp Spasm, Blaze of Glory, and Blaze at 5 mana combined. Well, it's such a chef's kiss. I'm actually in love with the card. Yeah. So he got another Saracen, Ward, Attack, Ward. Really strong.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing that in the my mono Pathfinder.
What?
Fire Pathfinder. Just Warp Spasm, Trinkets, Blaze. Just getting...
So
it's just really, really nice.
Okay, so it looks like I had a 2-turn plan here that paid off because it gambled on Sam not playing another site, which looks like that's what happened. So it let me put the site on 11 to break the ward so I can get another site next to it to charge in with the lion. So I tried to build into this over two or 3 turns, and it looks like it paid off, but that's like a long build-up,
Yeah, but I mean, now you got, you got a monstrous line there.
Yeah, and now I can ping from the call key to break the ward. So that's looking really nice for me. I'm really happy about that. And we're about to approach an infamous moment, and it seems to be this effect. I'm going to go ahead and jokingly blame Sam here.
Oh, how dare you.
It's this effect he seems to have on those of us who might be the more seasoned players in our community, because it even happened to Annie in a previous video where I'm going to play Morgana soon, and I'm just going to somehow generate 2 free mana somehow. And it's really weird because it happened to Annie too, and I don't know what it is. Like, even like in both games, the player who did it didn't realize. Sam didn't realize. Everyone was just happy to see all these things happen.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not too worried about that error because we'll go into detail about it when it actually happens. But yeah, it's just funny to think that 2 people who play
must be nice
much,
playing all these amazing cards.
Yeah, but I just say it's just so funny that the 2 people who play so much make... Oh, wow, so dirty. Look at that. So Whirling Blade, and then he was even like, "Can I attack too?" I was like, "Yeah."
Yes.
Whirling Blade is a unique, don't you know? It's crazy. It's not. It's an exceptional, but
yeah.
So strong. So he kills my whole board, and then still gets 5 damage and attack for 1 more with the Viper. But yeah, look, he's at 5, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could drain him.
So, but that's what I mean.
The drain with the ignited does it's like he's at door essentially. So.
Okay, so
you still have 12.
Yeah.
So
this is the turn that weird things are going to happen. But like I mentioned in the last week's video, the error we're going to see happen, in fact, doesn't change the game. Sorry, it doesn't change the game. Rather, in fact...
Go ahead. I'm waiting for this. Go ahead.
It makes it worse for me, actually. Like, I'm going to make an advantageous misplay by generating fake mana that doesn't exist. And that's going to actually harm me in the long run.
Seriously, right. I'm just saying.
So here I have 6 mana, right? I've got 2 in the back row, 3 in the middle, and the river on 6. So I only have 6, right? So I play 3 for Morgana, and then I decide to shoot off a firebolt. So I hit the Viper for 1, and the Savior for 2, puts him to 3. And then I'm going to smash his face in a second with a red cap. Because I was like, oh, he's at 3, red cap. But I don't have 8 mana, right? So it's not even a thing that can happen. But why we're still uploading? Well, first of all, why we're still uploading? This was such a strange game for both me and an enjoyable game for Sam that when I told him that I reviewed the game and there was an error, he was like, "I don't care. That game was way too much fun. Like, I definitely want to see this game again." So for sure, in part to honor that, like, we're uploading it. But regardless of the play I'm going to make here, I can still door him this turn. right? I can, like, even without the firebolt, I can just drain him for 2 with my witch.
Yeah.
And the red cap you're going to see me play will just attack him on any site. I can put it on 11 or there, and attack. So I used firebolt to kill a blocker so I can attack on 7, but I could have similarly just attacked on 6. Sorry. Oh no, 6 is my site, in fact. Oh no, that is interesting then. That is interesting.
Well, either way, at least we acknowledge the fact that, you casted the red caps a turn early.
Yeah.
Not having the mana.
Yeah, but that's actually, I thought I could still attack for 3 this turn. That actually might change things a bit. Now, he didn't have ward on the what's it called? On the Pit Viper, right? So if I block it, if I attack it, interesting, what happens? If I just attack, okay, so the game changes then in the sense that I would have to use the red cap to attack the Saracen, right? Just to clear it off the board.
Yeah.
And I can still drain for 2 to put him to 3, right? And then on the following turn, a Morgana still peels the firebolt, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, it creates this game state where now he's running away.
So,
but it doesn't change the fact that he was going to door, right?
Yeah. So you lose the 2 cards from. I think you're still going to door. Yeah, just a turn later.
Yeah, door was happening regardless, and I know, like, at the end of the day, the sequence of plays that I made let him keep a Saracen in play. So now he's got 2 attackers himself. I mean, he used 1 to kill Morgana, which is totally acceptable. But leaving him with the Saracen also just allows him to do kind of whatever he wants.
Looks like he's holding a warp spasm.
Yeah, he's got warp spasm, right? So, like, I give him like 6 damage. This was actually an interesting play. It's possible that he either didn't read warp spasm, because he could have attacked my Saracen too, untapped, and then attacked back for 6. So kill the red cap, and get 6 more damage in. But anyways, he opted for just taking the 6.
It's so weird. I look at this card center feet, and just you see the words, and you're like, oh, it's an evil, and then you read what it is, and it's a fairy, which seems like an odd looking fairy to me. Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know how to define what a fairy. What
when I looked at the card, I'm like, oh, it's an evil. It's probably a demon. And I looked, I was like, oh, it's a fairy. Okay, interesting.
Okay, now I'm using my face aggressively to break wards, but also to come in, right? I want to get closer in case I find a firebolt. But it's interesting because Sam has started building now in a way that's very smart and very strong versus heavily fire decks is in that deep corner, right?
Yeah.
You'll
just
notice
wanting to move.
Yeah, well, he gets far away from me. You'll notice there's no sight on 15 or 10, so I can't Hot Wheels him.
Yeah, Hot Wheels,
right?
Yeah.
And even if I want to Hot Wheels him, I have to draw a sight. I've got 1 card in my hand, so like I can't really afford to draw a sight in case I draw Hot Wheels on the next turn, right? I got to just keep drawing spells so I can end this game. So I'm never going to be playing a sight on 14.
Okay.
But it is interesting to note, though, that if I did not play the Morgana that turn, that I could have played a sight on 14 and played Morgana there, which would have, A, given me the range for the projectile to end the game, and B, would have given me a spot open in case I draw Hot Wheels, right? So it's just funny because we were talking about this before, and in fact, the fake mana that I used and that Sam allowed me to use actually prolonged what I'm hoping is to be like the end of the game. So I actually harmed myself by using that extra mana. Yeah. So this is weird. It's weird because I can, it's unfortunately another error, but it's one that harmed me more than my opponent.
Which is odd. Yeah. You would think it would be the opposite. Yeah.
And it didn't actually change the outcome of anything. But look at the card I just drew. If you can see it, I can see it. I barely saw it, but I also remember I just drew Hot Wheels. So where am I going to put this thing,
Yeah, because you can't play.
I have to move.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. So because I learned at the beginning of the Gothic meta from playing actually with Carl, who built in the same way where he put his avatar in the deep corner, I know that my chances of winning are diminished heavily because my firebolts don't hit them. Any other projectiles don't hit them. I don't have access to lightning bolt. Flame strike from the collection doesn't hit them, and Hot Wheels can't get them because now I need 2 sights, right? I need 3 actually. Yeah.
14.
It's crazy. And, so because of that knowledge, that's why I moved up. Because I know that one of my only outs now is getting as close as possible to be able to move into 4 and projectile. But he can just start playing minions on his face, which then gets in the way of that, right?
Yeah.
Or, sorry, you can play them next to it. So I was like, well, my cleanest out is Silver Bullet or Blaze of Glory.
One of the two,
yeah. And if I can just get close to him...
I mean, you're playing Ring of Morgan, too?
Yeah, Ring of Morgan, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay,
so if you got Ring of Morgan, you could also...
What do these cards all have in common? Other than Silver Bullet, I need to be, like, right in his face.
Yeah, you need to be nearby, for sure.
So I had to play to my out here.
Yeah.
But my God, what a crazy game it's been, because all these wards and all the value he's been able to generate, and the Basilisk and the strange way that I had to build my sites, like none of this is making any sense to how I'm expecting to play the Witch, you know? So it's been really nice to be tested like this. It's been really nice to see the game play out the way it has. It's been really awesome to see how valuable Savior can be. It's been a really, really amazing game. I'm a little bit sad that it got a little soiled by that Morgana turn. But overall,
it was still a great game.
Yeah,
I mean, I think, now if it had really affected the result of the game, that would be different. But like you said earlier, it just harmed you more than anything else, which is quite funny. But okay.
Oh yeah, he Funeral Pyres. I don't even think he tells me to remove anything because it doesn't matter. So I just went and got the scariest cards out of my graveyard. Like projectiles and Morgana and anything that can just kind of kill him out of nowhere. I think Colicky maybe I take. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I got 2 attackers on his face now, so he needs to put blockers in there, right?
I don't think you have anything that allows you to recast from your graveyard.
No, I don't. But that's why he didn't say anything when he played it. But we have to still do what the effect of the.
No, yeah, so. I know, but it's just
I just picked the ones that I knew were the scariest. Oh, he's... Yeah, okay. So he's deciding to go a little bit aggressive instead of stay on the defensive. But I guess if he can at least kill my minion, then he has a blocker for my other minion, right?
Yeah.
So maybe he's feeling safe. Also, that puts me to...
Does that put you to the door?
No, well, no.
No, okay.
So... Because he has to attack. If he attacks, which he did, that would put me to the door. So... I'm actually using my card that's supposed to kill him to not go to door.
Not go to door, yeah.
Because that just gives me extra draws, right? But yeah, wow. So nice. He's been again. That's leaving that Saracen alive is a big contributing factor to how come I'm at 1 life. But yeah, so
okay.
So my decision to move up actually paid off because I ripped the out off the top, So
yeah, you got uniqued.
I actually have the mana here to play the Gigantism that was in my hand. So
that's hilarious. Yeah.
So I can Blaze of Glory him for what is that, 7? Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. Yeah, we both. I remember I
loved this game. It was really nice. The back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the value from the ward. It really did well in this game.
Yeah.
And
the deserts came in clutch.
Yeah. The
common villages.
The Basilisk.
Yeah,
I guess you could say did a little bit of work.
Yeah, no.
So like a lot of good stuff.
Like, look, Basilisk forced me to create this scenario that he had to play into that could have been easily stopped by just playing a site on 6,
Yeah.
But I mean, based on his hand, perhaps he didn't feel like he needed to draw. Despite using Grandmaster Wizard to draw 3, he didn't deem his hand needed the extra mana and like what you're gonna play around exactly Monstrous Lion that cleanly kills your Basilisk. It's it's not like crazy to think that he would draw a spell for turn and not play the site there. But still, like, I mean, he forced me into this such a weird way of playing. So
so I mean,
really good.
The deserts too doing really good.
Yeah,
and breaking the wards. So it's.
But that's why you see, like, I had to know to waste my that Leadworks card.
Yeah.
And also take a damage for it just to protect the deserts in my hand because I know how much more valuable breaking the wards will be, right? And we saw it immediately. Like, he got so many value traits in the first 5-6
turns. Especially with his charge minion.
Yeah.
Warhorse, play ward, attacks,
ward it
again.
Yeah.
You know, so really, really good stuff.
You know, it'd be one thing if he wasted his own ward to keep his minion alive in a trade, but the fact that he could reward after, I need to find ways. So Colicky, Kobolds, and Deserts go a long way. Firebolts go a long way in helping in the Savior matchup. So
yeah,
I think it's still favored for them, but these cards help a lot.
Yeah, and we have our playmats available.
Yeah.
Evil Red, Otherworldly.
Yep. And also, we didn't mention at the beginning, but our Tournament Grounds event, May 16, is getting closer and closer.
Quickly approaching. We're almost, we're past the halfway point.
Yeah, we're past the halfway point. And I mean, at the time of recording this, we're a month out still. When this releases, we'll be
close to 40 players.
2 weeks out. But yeah, we're almost at 40 players out of a 60-player capacity. We're going to promote this thing again. And if you want in, now's the time. Sign up, and come meet us, come play with us, come talk to us. We want to meet all of you and do all that stuff. So
hope to see you there.
We're very excited, and we'll see you in the next one.